Hello. Welcome back to the channel, guys. And today, this is my video. If you were following me on TikTok, Facebook, or Instagram, I don't think the video uploaded to Instagram, but hey, I tried. Anyways, I started talking about how we are in a seller's market. And I was telling sellers to not get discouraged because let's face it, we're in a buyer's market, y'all. And I'm gonna raise this camera up a little bit. Okay, perfect. We are in a buyer's market, okay? In my last video that I tried to record when I was in the car and had my babies with me, I couldn't go into details like I wanted to tell my sellers how to prepare for the buyer's market that we are in. It is a full buyer's market, in some areas worse than others, right? It's amazing for buyers, okay? Buyers, I've been telling you guys, in this market, you are going to be able to negotiate the best deal for the home of your dreams. Okay, you can literally go and look for the home of your dreams right now. And a majority of houses have been sitting on the market 30 days plus. Sellers are willing, one second, y'all. Okay, sellers are willing to negotiate with you. Sellers are willing to pay your buyer's agent fees. Sellers are also willing to even give you closing help, okay? I'm not gonna go too much into all of the great benefits for my buyers. But like I said, buyers, this market is for you. There are tons of down payment assistance programs that are here to help you make your home owning dreams come true. This video is for my sellers, okay? If you've been trying to sell your house, you've been working with the realtor that you know, like, and trust, and you feel like you've been doing everything to get your home sold, but your house just isn't selling, right? You're not getting any offers. You're not getting any feedback. You get people coming through, but they're not leaving you feedbacks, okay? I'm speaking to those sellers. I'm speaking to the sellers. I'm actually in an open house today. And if we have time, I'll take you guys on a tour. We're in La Plata, Maryland. I'll take you guys on a tour of this house. Let me just take a little caveat here. Y'all know y'all girl be working. Okay, so this is another showing request for today for a house that I have for sale. Give me 1 second, y'all. All right, I'm gonna send this over to my seller to see if it will be confirmed. And we're gonna keep moving right along with the video, okay? But as you can see here, I use a showing time. Most realtors in DC, Maryland, and Virginia use showing time to schedule our showings. We're able to have the request go directly to the sellers so that the sellers can approve their showings. Some sellers like to be more hands-on. I feel like this video is gonna be for you guys that like to be more hands-on. You need a realtor. You got some skills, you know, you want to protect your asset as you should. And I decided to make this video to see if in fact open houses are worth it. Are they worth it? I'm going to preface to say open houses can bring more traffic. Matter of fact, they do bring more traffic, right? One thing that I am noticing in DC, Maryland, and Virginia right now, with it being such a buyer's market, I'm noticing that buyers are taking their times. Buyers are looking at houses, working with realtors. They may go visit the same house 2-3 times before they decide to write an offer. Why, in my opinion, I think open houses are worth it? Because especially when we're in a buyer's market, oh gosh, this showing time, girl. Do I approve? Okay. This market is going to give buyers more time to make their decision, which means that their actual agent may not be available to show them the house every time they want to see the house, right? So but you want to give the buyers the access to see and to feel and to get what they need to make a decision. When people have more time to decide, they're going to take it, right? They could be deciding between your house and another house. And at the end of the day, another thing that I'm noticing, it doesn't matter how much someone drops the price of their house. Dropping the price of a home is no longer a strategy to get an offer, okay? What I am telling my sellers is we can start the listing with the market value. And to be fair, market value is very vague right now because we have so many houses that are looking like they're going to be sitting on the market even more than 90 days. And the market value of a home is dependent on the recent sales from the last 3 to 6 months. That's how the appraisals take place. Market value is determined by the buyers, right? So if we have houses that are sitting on the market for more than 90 days, they were priced at that market value 90 days prior, and the house still hasn't sold, well, we may need to adjust the price, right? I think that if you adjust your price 2 times and you still don't have an offer, it's really not price, guys. It's absolutely not price because buyers have so much inventory to pick from. So what my strategy is, and I'm sharing this with you guys that are watching this video, my strategy to the sellers is to either price your house at your bottom line. What is it that you are willing, what is the lowest amount that you are willing to sell your house for, and give the buyers a buyer's agent commission help or even closing help, right? Because a lot of buyers are going to be looking for that now. Interest rates are coming down, but they're still a little high. So we want to give buyers a favorable situation and make your house more appealing to other houses. Dropping the price ain't it. Dropping the price ain't it. I have been working these last few months, not only on my listings, guys, but I am also a showing agent for a few other local realtors in DC, Maryland, and Virginia. I work their open houses. I help them audit their listings, and I have seen houses from 2 million all the way down to 200,000. Everyone starts with the strategy of lowering the price, and that does not necessarily win an offer, okay? Because we don't know what the buyers are looking for. They could just not be writing on your house because they have not made up their mind. So that is my first topic, right? This is why I'm going to just go on my notes so I don't go off on a tangent. But, yep. Let me see. Okay. Okay, so actually, what was I gonna say? Okay, yeah, so we have to take into account that buyers need to have access to the home, right? Buyers need to be able to oh, sorry. Okay, that agent canceled it. Oh, never mind. He canceled it. Okay, guys, I'm sorry. Listen, I'm trying to bring y'all these videos and make them as raw and cut and unfiltered. And as you can see, it's a Saturday morning and things are popping, right? So I'm going to find out what happened. Agent canceled. Okay. Okay, so back to the open houses, okay? I said all this stuff about pricing because I see it a lot. And I also see other realtors that create content just telling sellers to lower their price, lower the price. I used to think that that was the strategy as well. But the more time that's going into this market that we're in right now, I'm realizing lowering the price ain't it. Lowering the price is not going to change these buyers' minds. The buyers in today's market want a home much like the house that I'm in right now. Move-in ready. I'm going to turn the camera around so y'all can see this house, right? Look at this. They have done their job. This house, they have new carpet, fresh coat of paint. Everything in this house is brand new, cleaned out. Now, to be fair, this house is newly built in, I believe, 2021. But we're just on the first floor. But after I do the video, they're still building more houses in this neighborhood. So yeah, it's new construction. But this house had been lived in for the last 4 years. The sellers really did a good job of maintaining the house. But I want you guys to see an example of a house that is empty. This house has been on the market over 30 days and we still don't have an offer, okay? We still don't have an offer on this house. But as you can see, it's move-in ready. Someone can come in here and they won't have to do anything. Brand new appliances. We have granite countertop. You have the house has been freshly painted even since they bought it, okay? So this is a beautiful house. It's still on the market, okay? And the price has been lowered. This is another agent's listings. I'm just working as his showing agent today, holding an open house for him. And I've been here almost an hour and no one has come through, right? So I get a lot of sellers that are like, I don't want to have an open house. Our open house is even worth it. And sellers are very frustrated with the uncertainty of the market. And quite frankly, as a realtor, it's very difficult in today's market because the harder conversations become even harder when we can't dictate what the buyer's patterns are going to be. Okay. And so just to stick on topic of this video, our open house is worth it. For sellers, this is what I want you guys to know, and we're going into the notes now. It boosts visibility. That's what I started with telling you guys. Buyers are taking more time. They're going to look at multiple properties before they make a decision. So if you host an open house maybe once a week on the Saturday or a Sunday, and some sellers that are living in their house, or, you know, just work with your agent. Just work with your agent. But the more open you have your home to potential buyers, the more buyers that are going to be coming in to view your house, okay? And that's what you want. More eyes on your home, especially from casual buyers. Like I was telling you guys, we have an influx of this casual browser who may not book a private showing. Again, in today's market, buyers have to have a signed listing agreement with their agent before that agent is legally allowed to show them a home. A lot of buyers may not want to make that commitment. They may not want to sign a listing agreement with an agent if they are still trying to figure out what neighborhood, what style of home, you know. Maybe they haven't even talked to a loan officer, you know. I've seen it all. So they may decide to go look at houses, open house, right? But that doesn't mean that they're not a ready, willing, and able buyer. So keep that in mind, sellers. Okay. It creates urgency. If your open house has been marketed properly, it's in a hot neighborhood where there is a lot of traffic, a lot of street traffic, and people see that there's an open house, you're going to get a lot of people coming into the home, and your buyer may be one of those people. And if they see all these people interested in the same house, it may help them to motivate them to write an offer on the property. Also, open houses are a great way for you to get feedback, okay? I'm so sorry, guys, that my lighting is horrible right now, but open houses is a great way for you to get feedback on your property. That's what you want. Your realtor can give you feedback. Your friends can give you feedback, but they're not the ones buying the house. You want people to come in and tell you, hey, This is what I like. This is what I don't like. And so then you have an understanding. Do I want to invest in painting my house? Do I want to invest in getting some new flooring? Do I want to start decluttering the house, right? Your realtor probably told you all these things, but this is a very emotional time for a lot of sellers, and it could be difficult to declutter. It could be difficult to do what needs to be done to get sold, but that honest feedback from visitors that can help improve your listing and price strategy is always welcomed, okay? And for buyers, it creates a no pressure environment. Like I said, we have new laws where buyers have to sign a contract before a realtor can actually take them out to look at a home. Having an open house for those buyers that are not really ready, or maybe they haven't found the realtor that they want to work with just yet, this creates an open environment and lets them look at inventory, and your house could be on the top of their list because they already saw it at an open house, right? This helps buyers compare homes. They get to see several homes in a weekend and get a feel for the market and pricing, right? Because buyers don't even know what your house is supposed to be selling for, right? So that's why I opened up and I said that dropping the price may not always work. You do need to drop the price in today's market, because especially if your house has been on the market for 45 days plus and you have not gotten an offer, you probably need to adjust the price a little bit, but I would not adjust the price more than 2 times, because like I said, buyers are not pulling the trigger just because the prices are coming down. I feel like the prices are coming down because they were inflated so high over the last 4 or 5 years when home prices just shot up. And so them coming down a little right now is what's supposed to happen, right? And this is why I want you guys to really pay attention that are following me for knowledge, is that the market is going to change at any time. The market, whether you are a buyer or a seller, if you hear realtors saying that it is a buyer's market and you need to buy a house, baby, don't wait. Run. Get that pre-approval. Get out here and take advantage. If you are a seller that needs to sell their home, right? The moment you realize that you need to sell your home, you need to start preparing to get that house sold, right? You need to start decluttering your house, start making the repairs, power washing the house, cleaning up the yard, cleaning up the front yard, cleaning out your garage, cleaning out closets, painting, fixing holes, taking down pictures and patching up those holes. Get your house prepared to sell the moment you realize that you want to sell your home. In today's market, you can no longer sell your house as is any type of way and think that you're going to get a good offer, right? Houses like the one that I am in, move-in ready, brand new, are sitting on the market. So if your house is not well kept, you can basically maybe get lucky and sell it to an investor. But I had a listing that investors didn't even want to buy it. The house had so much work that the price that the investor offered was nothing. My seller couldn't do anything with that, right? So she was like, no, as she should say no, right? Because 9 times out of 10, the investors are going to come in, they're going to super lowball you. And maybe your house only needs $5,000, $10,000 worth of work to get it up to par for you to get a good listing. Let me let you know this right now, sellers. For you to get a good offer. $5,000 that you invest to get your house ready for market is far cheaper than losing your house in foreclosure or having to sell your house for $100,000 to $200,000 worth less than what you could have gotten if you just invested that $5,000. I don't know who this is for, but I know it's for some of y'all, okay? So do the work that your house needs. Also, these are some notes for when open houses aren't effective. Like I said, it's not going to guarantee you a buyer. It's just basically going to give your house more visibility, which is what you want. When they're not as effective, low buyer turnout. Maybe your house is over $750,000. There's already not a lot of people in that market anyway, so open houses don't really yield a lot of traffic. security risk, especially if you're still living in the house. You have a lot of valuable things. You have some stuff that you have not been able to put away. You're still working on transitioning into your new place. So you don't want a bunch of strangers just walking through your house. And so you decide, nah, I'm not going to have an open house. That's all well, right? And it's not always a buyer's final step. Like I said, it doesn't always guarantee that you're going to get an offer. It doesn't always guarantee that the buyer is going to want to buy your house, because we are in a buyer's market and buyers have so much inventory to pick from. They may not always choose your house just because they went to the open house. Okay? So open houses can work, especially if the house is well staged, or like I showed you guys, we're on the first floor of this house, how beautiful it is, how they took care. They have the new lighting and all of these things. Also, and they're well staged and under $750,000. Statistics have shown that houses under $750,000 are the ones that are more likely to get an offer from a buyer that came in open house. That just means it's a non-luxury property. And of course, though, that price point is more attractive, especially in today's market where interest rates, even though they're coming down, they're still pretty high, okay? They're not magic. Marketing, pricing, and follow-up are still what is needed to get a home sold. We got to follow up with the agents that are showing the houses and checking in to see if their buyers have made a decision or not, because this is the information that is going to get you a seller, right? This is the information that's going to get you a buyer. If you follow up and you're like, hey, has your buyer found the house? You know, your agent follows up with the buyer's agent. The buyer's agent might be like, no, they still haven't found the house. We're still looking. What I like to say is, how can I help your buyer choose my client's house? You know? And sometimes it doesn't work, but sometimes it may warrant a second visit, right? I had that happen actively right now. I followed up with an agent who had shown the house. Her buyer showed some interest, but for whatever reason was kind of like back and forth. And we may have a deal. Don't know yet. The buyer has not signed the offer, but she did write the offer with her agent. So I know that my client's house is in the running for that buyer. They're comparing my client's house with another home, but they know that houses are sitting on the market. So they are taking their dear time, okay? So if you are a realtor watching this video, you made it this far, I hope that you take away that open houses can work to make make your client's home more visible. Have these conversations with your seller. See what they want, see what their goals are. And if they don't mind having an open house, I would say go ahead and do that open house once a week, you know, or maybe once every other week to hold it open for the buyers that are still in limbo, right? Another strategy that you can use to prepare for the open house is to follow up with all of those agents who brought buyers to the house who haven't written an offer, and just let them know, hey, we're having an open house on this weekend. Please let your buyers know that the house will be open and we would love to have them there. That's a great strategy. That's a strategy that I am using with my clients that are okay with having an open house. And if your client is not okay with having an open house, that's perfectly fine. You could still follow up with the agents that have shown the house. Continue to watch the market, continue to see how long houses are sitting on the market, go out and look at the inventory. This is for listing agents and sellers alike. We got to go out here and see what our competition is. Sellers, you need to go look at some houses. Go check out some open houses in your area and see what other sellers are doing to hopefully get their home sold. I hope that this video inspired a seller. If it inspired you, make sure that you like, subscribe, and follow, and share this video, because you don't know who you know that needs the information. Until we meet again, bye-bye.